If you're wondering who Felkon is, well, truly, he's a legend. One of the best Warhammer players that ever multiplayed, and his favorite character is Caradhran, the Phoenix Guard hero. And yeah, Felkon, like many of us, has his interest waxed and waned over the years. In particular, hasn't been super interested in the game of late, but who knows, maybe Caradhran is enough to bring him back. We've seen him on foot in previous replays. Let's take a look at him up on his absolutely gorgeous Special Frost Phoenix. I forget the name of it offhand, but wow, just wow. What a gorgeous bird. And quite strong as well. He retains his anti-large bonus of plus 25 up on the Frostheart Phoenix. It is technically, so it gets that sweet chilling aura. It also gets the attuned to magic passive. Of course, I brought the infantry heal as well, one of his special abilities, and it also gets this unique contact effect, Frostfire, minus 30% speed plus 20% weakness to fire. So already you're looking at flat 84 damage bump, just on top of this weapon strength base, because every time he hits he's going to be applying that contact effect. To synergize with him, I've taken a less loreful, perhaps less beloved Lord, at least in this mount configuration. We've got Teclis up on his Arcane Phoenix, of course, also has flaming damage, so is going to benefit from Caradhran's synergy. He also has Kindle Flame to synergize back, Cascading Fire Cloak, and Flock of Doom. Totally forgot to bring Regrowth, but that's just fine. Yeah, that Kindle Flame will be all we need, perhaps, against the foul forces of Nurgle here. HDS bringing them. The rest of my build, I've got the Keepers of the Flame, of course, and the New Regiment of Renowned Sword Masters of Hoeth, the Blades of Hoeth, who are, magic damage, just incredible stats all the way around. A little bit of extra physical resistance also if the Phoenix Lords are flying in on them. And we've got two good targets for Caradhran's heal. 3 archers, 2 Lothern Seaguard, and some ship's company to fill out the rest of the build. Tamarkan leading the enemy army. We've got a Lord, Sorcerer of Nurgle, not Lord, but a Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle even. Some Nurglings, Chaos Chosen, Sword and Board in the center, some Pestigors as well scattered around, some on the low ground there on doing a nice flank with those Rot Knights. And immediately the archers are going to open up on Tamarkan while the 2 Phoenixes jump down and try and assassinate the Nurgle caster. Tamarkan's going to come over and try and put a stop to that, but can use that mobility a little bit and sort of self-screen through Nurgle's own forces here. And be able to pull away a little bit there. Quick hit and run, got some good damage on both while taking relatively minimal damage in the process. Breath attack going to be unleashed here right through the center of those Blades of Hoeth, debuffing them and draining their vigor as they charge in. Also kills about 8 unit models there. But, part of this early access is experimentation and learning, so I'm like, you know what, let's just go for it. Let's dive both of these in here together on an engagement, and let's see what we can do. We've still got that crackling magic aura of the ward save, of course, from both of these Phoenixes having enough Winds of Magic to be attuned. And so we're going to move in, try and capitalize on that. You see that Frostbite and Kindle Flame both at the same time, leading to 40% fire weakness, giving a big damage boost to both of these characters here. And the rest of the battlefield, meanwhile, Swordmasters clashing with Chosen in the front line. We'll take a look at that in just a second. But the Pestigors also, and the Fury is getting a nice flank. I've got the Regiment of Renowned Ships Company defending the back line for now, but yeah, the Swordmasters here matched up against the Chosen. 2 Phoenix Lords disengage once more. Got the Phoenix Guard in the fight as well. Here come the Rot Knights. Man, this game is awesome. Looks so good, honestly. But let's see here. Yeah, going to dive down once more as Tamarkan overextends somewhat into the back line here. I don't know, maybe he was trying to go after some archers, or maybe set up a little engagement for the Rot Knights, but they are kind of pathing all the way around, trying to find a place to land here. The Furies and the Pestigors have done a pretty good job in eliminating my archers for the most part. We've got 1 Lothern Seaguard still relatively healthy. Some Flocks of Doom as well, just to trigger Kindle Flame once more and deal a little bit of damage to all these Nurglings and whatnot. Chips Company in here tangling their tips of their ears. They're getting very cold out here in the north and being uncovered by helmets. Although, to be honest, I guess helmets would be lined, right, in reality, with some kind of lining if you were expecting to fight in the cold north. But anyway, let's not think too hard about that. as the Phoenixes once again try and get in on the caster. Tamarkan moving over to interrupt. Teclis is going to get on the move with Caradran close behind. And yeah, the Blades of Hoeth also just trading beautifully. They do look fantastic with their light blue capes here. Tamarkan going to throw a brutal charge in. Try and support his Chosen as best he can. Chosen are doing okay. They're surviving at least for the time being, which is certainly impressive against those Sword Masters. The Rot Knights also cleaned up some of the back line. Going to now try and land. Give some anti-large aid here to the Nurglings. But will it be enough? Yeah, let's see. Pull the health bars back up. Mostly been soaking up the beautiful cinematics, as it's a pretty close-in fight this time. Mostly from my perspective, I'm just trying to cycle charge the Phoenixes as much as I can, and if I need to, screen through whatever units are nearby. Thankfully, I do have units to screen, but the Rot Knights have enough mass. It's going to be tricky to disengage from them, so just bring the Phoenix Guard over and fight in place here. Get the ship's company rear charging these Nurglings as well. The Sword Masters, though, getting pretty low. They got a nice flank charge from the Pestigors, and the Rot Knights also detaching to charge in there, try and finish them off. So definitely taking some pretty heavy losses, and the balance of power showing against me right now, slightly in favor of the Plague Lord's forces here. Phoenixes will stay relentless. Phoenix Guard also continuing to back them up. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like one of the Captain of the Guards being used there. Augment their physical resistance and give them a nice heal as well, up to 60% physical resistance with that active, of course, given their base 30% with another 30 on top. So quite potent. And the Sword Masters did rout, unfortunately, not giving me a chance for Guardian here. So far, I haven't needed regrowth. I am maybe going to regret not taking it here, but we'll see. Right now, Caradran and Teclis both doing just fine. The Phoenix Guard themselves also. I love the Phoenix Guard regiment around their golden armor. They just look absolutely royal, to be honest. Furies rush in here, having been successful in the back line. Yep, even the last Leviathan Sea Guard getting cleaned up there. Pestigor's moving through. But the Phoenix Guard are standing firm. The Keepers of the Flame holding strong. And cleaning up the last few units here. Well, let's see. I still actually, surprisingly, have enough Winds of Magic. Considering I just have the 2 cheap spells to kind of spam whenever I need. This Attuned to Magic, I've been able to keep it up on both of the Phoenixes so far, which has definitely helped mitigate quite a bit of that damage. But let's see, another breath attack from the Toad Dragon lands a nice hit on those Keepers of the Flame. Yeah, really good hit. It's going to explode quite a few of their unit models. The Pestigors, with their armor piercing, are hoping to get a decent engagement to try and finish things off, but we're going to threaten their characters again once more. Tamarkan jumps in to defend his caster, but there's the Cascading Fire Cloak up to 485 weapon strength, plus then the 40% damage buff from the weakness to fire from the 2 stacking effects there. And Tamarkan not doing too hot right now, but of course Tamarkan has the Death Gambit, where if you try and kill him, he actually just kills you instead, which is now going to happen to Teclis. So he dies. Just like that. Is gone from the field, and it's up the Captain of the Phoenix Guard. Finish it off. Top his trusty steed here. And he does. Just fells Tamarkan. As soon as that effect wears off, now just needs to dispatch the caster here. Although it is just him and the Phoenix Guard remaining on the field. Everything else has been slaughtered. But very quickly the Terror takes hold of the remaining Plague forces, and that's going to be victory for the High Elves. Fun one for sure. Very, very close at the end of the day. Almost didn't work, but I do feel that there's quite a bit of synergy between these 2 characters. I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of the Phoenix Teclis loadout, but just mechanically it is quite strong, and I feel it's relatively thematic as well. You get the Arcane Phoenix and the unique Frostfire Phoenix as well, kind of fighting with each other. Very beautiful, very synergistic, very mindful. But yeah, both of them getting pretty close in terms of value. Caradran with slightly more damage value on slightly less damage dealt, but overall, great from both of them. The ship's company also, they contribute some value here. The company of Calendarian, yes. They just were slugging it out with Pestigors, basically trading even, more or less, which is pretty much on par with their cost. Then the 2 elite infantry, of course, in particular the Phoenix Guard, with plenty of high-value large units to fight. Very, very large units to fight. They end up paying for themselves, and then some. Blades of Hoeth also get some good value back. And a couple of the archers do okay. Tamarkan also, massive value on him, to be expected. Got some great breath attacks, had some good engagements on some high-value targets, took out Teclis there at the late game. But, yeah, overall, the rest of the build's going to struggle somewhat. The Pestigors did trade fairly cost-effectively, and his mobility also as well. Able to chew up some archers for some very efficient damage. But overall, fun one for sure. Caradran's a great choice, I think, on foot or on the Phoenix. That contact effect, you know, I hate to advocate for nerfs before the patches even come out, but that contact effect is definitely one to keep your eye on. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets changed down to like 10% weakness to fire at some point. But the fact that you stack it with his little Blizzard aura, he gets like minus 40% speed on anything he hits on the Phoenix, which is really nice. Gives you plenty of control, good damage, he's got some healing. Just really great character all around. So, great addition to the High Elves, very fun stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you like this sort of content, be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button. Every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.